Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be hopping into a creative Vinyasa flow. You do not need any props for this practice, but of course you're always more than welcome to use them. If you're used to practicing with them, they can be a really great tool to make poses that aren't usually accessible to you. So without further ado, we're going to get started in child's pose. You can make your way there with the knees wide apart, big toes together, and then let's just drop the forehead down on the mat and actively reach the fingertips forward. So let's start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, just to let go of anything that has happened today or during this week. Kind of giving yourself a clean slate here on your mat. And starting to connect to your breath, finding a rhythm of breath that works for you today. And as you deepen the breath, notice if anything kind of pops up. Maybe you have some pain or some tension anywhere in the body. Any space that needs a little bit more attention, try to breathe into those areas. Let's walk both hands off the mat to the right. Left hand can come on top of the right hand for a deeper stretch. And then coming back through center, let's breathe in to reach the arms forward. Exhale to walk both hands over to the left. And then coming back through center, let's make our way to tabletop. And you can start to move around in any direction that feels good. Maybe moving over the wrists in figure eights. Moving into cat and cow, adding any other movement that feels good. Just getting rid of any tightness in the body. And slowly, let's make our way back to a neutral spine. We're going to turn the fingers out and just start to rock side to side, maybe circling over the wrist slightly. Just getting some movement going there. And then coming back through center, let's turn the fingers so they point towards the knees, either staying still or you can start to rock back and forth. And slowly coming back through center again, let's flip the hands up. So palms are facing the ceiling and fingers point towards each other. Let's squeeze the hands into fists and then open up the palms of the hands for 3. Squeeze and open. 2. And last one, squeeze and release. Shake it out. And then let's make our way into downward facing dog, lifting the hips up high, taking the first few breaths here to walk it out. Perhaps shaking out the head. Just the same as we did in tabletop, trying to get rid of any tightness in the body. And let's find stillness. Relax the head. Externally rotate your shoulders. Shoulders lift up towards the ears, and also relax the head. And let's walk all the way up to the top of the mat, little baby steps. And deep breath in, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's bend the knees, roll up high mountain. Interlace all 10 fingers except for the index fingers. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right and hold for 3. Slight tuck of the tailbone here for 2. And 1, inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, side bend to the left. And breathing in, come back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Let's step the left foot back. And then right arm reaches up to the sky. Here, make sure to lift the left knee up and away from the mat. And try to pull your right hip back. And on your next exhale, drop the left knee, bend the left knee completely. Right hand holds the top of the left foot. Keep opening up the chest, peeling the right shoulder open. And as you breathe out, release, half split, straightening the right leg. Hands can stay down on the mat, forehead can relax towards your right shin. And then let's bend the right knee, plant the hands, lift the left knee, step back, high plank. For a count of 5, lower all the way down to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Baby cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, release. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. And release. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog, send the hips back and up. 3 breaths here in stillness. Finding more and more length through the backs of the legs, through the spine. And then tiny little baby steps all the way up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, roll up, high mountain. Interlacing all 10 fingers, the opposite grip this time, so the opposite thumb on top. Side bend to the right. 1 full breath. Inhale, come back up through center. And side bend to the left. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, cactus the arms, open up the heart. High mountain, rise, exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, the right foot steps back. Again, really straightening that right leg, engaging the glutes, lifting the left arm up and opening up the heart. And on your next exhale, drop the right knee, left hand holds the top of the right foot. Keep squeezing the right glute and right hamstring, and keep peeling your left shoulder open. And slowly release. Come into half splits. Both hands can stay on the mat. Maybe reaching the arms forward, or you can always readjust the position of your hands. And then from here, moving into a lunge, lift the right knee, step back, high plank for a count of 5, lower all the way down for 5. 4, knees can always drop to the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Now baby cobra, lift the hands for 3. Exhale, lower. For 2. And 1. High plank, inhale, tuck the toes. Lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 breath. Now let's go through 3 rounds of sun salutation. Inhale, come high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale to fold. High mountain, rise up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. 1 breath. And then inhale, come high on the toes. Surya Namaskar, round 2. Step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. High mountain, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant the hands, step or jump back. Vinyasa. All the way back to downward facing dog, one breath. Inhale, come high on the toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. High mountain rise. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant the hands, step or jump back. Through your vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog, 3 breaths here. And just checking in with yourself, making sure you're not holding onto any unnecessary tension in your neck or in the muscles in your face. Maybe giving it a little shake. Then as you breathe in, the right leg rises. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Let's circle the right knee in one direction. And switch. Now 3-legged dog, inhale. Let's step the right foot on the outside of the right hand. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Now as you breathe out, let's come onto the outer blades of the feet. Right arm reaches towards your left foot. And hold. Now inhale and exhale. Let's pivot into side lunge, Skandasana. Either stay here with the hands at the heart space. If it's accessible, the left elbow crosses over the right for eagle arms. Keep growing nice and tall. Now, if possible, keeping the bind, let's sit down and then cross your right leg over the left. So it's okay if you're not completely on the mat at this moment. Inhale, lift the elbows away from your chest. Exhale, let's fold forward with the bind. And now let's release. Both hands hold the right foot. And let's lift that right leg and grow nice and tall. Trying to glue the stomach to your right thigh. And pulling the shoulders back and down. Make sure you're not rounding your back. And then we're going to come into Navasana, boat pose, both legs in the air. If you want to readjust and come on the mat now, you can. 10 times low boat. For 10. You can bend the knees or keep them straight. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's rock back and forth and come into high mountain. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, step back with the left foot. So left foot steps back. And let's open up into a warrior 2. And hold here. On your next exhale, hands come to the heart space. Interlace all 10 fingers. Press the palms of the hands away from you and reach them up. And then from here, let's reverse warrior and hold. And on your next exhale, side angle pose and hold for 5. Keep peeling your left shoulder open. And now let's release the bind of the arms. Left arm circles back. Come into crescent lunge. You might have to step your left foot a little bit closer. And then let's cross the left elbow over the right. Once again, eagle arms. Deep breath in. Exhale, warrior 3, keeping the bind. And then as you breathe out, let's make our way into a tiny little ball. Left knee touches the right calf. Elbows touch the right knee and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Airplane pose, open up. Next, inhale, stand up tall, left knee into the chest. Exhale, release the left foot. High mountain, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant the hands, step or jump back. Chaturanga. And deep breath in. And breathe out. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip. And let's circle that left knee in one direction and in the other. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left foot steps beside your left hand. Reach the left arm up. And then as you breathe out, come onto the outer blades of the feet. Left arm reaches towards your right foot. Inhale and exhale into Skandasana. Now, eagle arms, right elbow crosses over the left, and try to reach the elbows away from your chest, and arms reach up. And then slowly sit down with or without the help of the hands. Left foot crosses over your right. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward. You can relax the forehead into your elbow creases. Now let's slowly release the bind of the hands. Both hands interlace around your left foot. And as you breathe in, let's straighten the spine and bring the left leg with you. Now for low boat, or for high boat, maybe readjust. Make your way back onto the mat. Both legs reach up. And then last time, 10 times low boat for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock back and forth. Make your way up to high mountain, top of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift to breathe in. Right foot steps back. Warrior 2. And hold. Now both hands come to the heart space. Let's interlace all 10 fingers. Press the palms of the hands away from you. And then come into reverse warrior. And then from here, side angle pose for another 5. Keep straightening the arms for 3, 2, and 1. Right arm releases, crescent lunge. Exhale, cross your right elbow over the left, eagle arms. Breathe in, breathe out, warrior 3. Inhale here, exhale, little ball, and hold for 5. 4, really squeeze everything together. 3, 2, and 1. Airplane pose. On your next inhale, right knee into the chest, stand up tall. Exhale, release the right foot. Breathe and grow taller. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float back. Chaturanga. And back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to just add on to that sequence. Right leg rises. Bend the right knee, open up the hip. Now let's flip the dog into wild thing. Hold. On your next exhale, right hand comes down. Let's kick the right leg through to the left. As you do so, lift your left hand and bend your left knee. Come back to three-legged dog. Exhale, right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. Right arm reaches up, come onto the outer blades of the feet. Inhale and exhale into Skandasana. Left elbow crosses over the right, eagle arms. Sit down, maybe keeping the bind. Right leg crosses over the left. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Both hands hold onto the right foot. Inhale, let's lift the chest, bring the right leg with you. Now we're going to release the right foot and bend the right knee. And then rocking back and forth, you can come through a pistol squat or just use the help of your hands. We're going to plant the right foot and step the left foot back. So rock back and forth a few times. And then we're going to plant the right foot and step the left foot back. Warrior 2 is where we meet. Bring the hands to the heart space. Press the palms away from you. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Reverse warrior, inhale. Exhale, side angle pose. Stay here. And then release your left arm, circle it back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, left elbow crosses over the right, eagle arms into warrior 3 with the bind. Now let's stand up tall, left knee into the chest. For full eagle, cross your left knee over the right. Maybe hook the feet. And hold. See if you can sink down a little bit lower. Squeeze the thighs together. And then for nesting or baby eagle, let's connect the elbows to the knees. And then press the elbows into the knees and reach the crown of your head forward for 5. 4, 3, 2, airplane pose on 1, open, release all that tension. Now let's bring both hands down to the mat. You have the option to either go directly back to downward facing dog or 5 hops into L-shaped handstand. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg rises, inhale. Bend the left knee, open up the hip, wild thing. And hold. And let's bring the left hand down. Kick your left leg through to the right. As you do so, lift your right arm and bend your right knee. Come back to 3-legged dog. Left foot steps on the outside of the left hand. Lift the left arm up. Let's pivot onto the outer blades of the feet. Inhale and exhale into Skandasana. Right elbow crosses over the left for eagle arms. With or without keeping the bind, let's sit down. Left foot crosses over the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Release the bind of the hands. Both hands hold the left foot. Inhale, lift the chest, and bring the left leg with you. Now let's release the left leg and bend the left knee. Maybe scoot over to the left so that you're back on your mat. And we're going to rock back and forth a few times. We will end up planting that left foot and stepping the right foot back to warrior 2. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Interlace all 10 fingers and then reach the arms above the head. Reverse warrior into side angle pose, 1 full breath. Release the right arm, pivot into crescent lunge. Right elbow crosses over the left, eagle arms, into warrior 3 with the bind. Inhale, stand up tall, right knee into the chest. For full eagle, cross your right knee over the left and sink down low. And let's hold. For baby eagle, elbows can connect to your knees. Try to create a lot of tension, a lot of compression. So squeezing the elbows together, squeezing the thighs together, squeezing elbows into the knees. Everything is tight. 2 more breaths. And then big release in airplane pose. Let it all go. Bring both hands down to the mat. Either step back, down dog, or 5 hops into L-shaped handstand, or as high as you feel comfortable with. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step or jump back, chaturanga. Deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Right leg rises, inhale. Bend the right knee, open up the hip, wild thing. Now let's bring the right hand down, kick the right leg through to the left, and then let's immediately bring the left hand behind you, so underneath the left shoulder, and bend the right knee. Reverse tabletop or crab, so fingers are pointing away from you. Lift the chest. Exhale, release. Come back to 3-legged dog. And then right foot steps on the outside of the right hand. This time let's drop the left knee for lizard. Both elbows can come down to the mat. And if you want to add a little more spice, you can lift your left knee off the mat. Let's plant the hands, step back, high plank, chaturanga. Same thing on the left side, left leg rises. And bend the left knee, open up the hip, wild thing. And then let's kick the left leg through to the right. Immediately bring the right hand down, bend the left knee, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips, right arm reaches up, plant the right hand, come back to 3-legged dog. Left foot steps on the outside of the left hand. For lizard, you can drop your right knee and drop both elbows. Maybe staying nice and relaxed here. Or if you want to add a little more spice, lifting the right knee off the mat. And let's bring both hands back on the floor. Lift your right knee if it isn't already. Step back, high plank, chaturanga. All right, now you can either stay in your downward facing dog for about 5 breaths or take 5 hops up to handstand or 5 donkey kicks, but keeping the legs bent. So let's come high on the toes, bend the knees, and then hop up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can hop all the way up to the top of the mat. Halfway lift to breathe in. Exhale to fold. Let's heel toe the feet apart, toes point out, heels point in. Malasana, yogi squat. Right arm reaches underneath the right knee, left arm reaches up, twist open. Maybe binding around your right leg if that feels good. And then let's open up the arms. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Let's do the other side. Left arm reaches under, right arm reaches up. Maybe bind around your left leg. And it was a nice, short and sweet practice. But as you can see, I am sweating. The heaters are on. It's that time of the year. It's getting cold again. And yeah. Let's open up the arms. Exhale, hands to the heart space. And you can make your way all the way down to the mat. We're immediately going to go into pull-out pose, so you can roll onto your back and then lift the legs up and over, bringing the feet behind your head. And then slowly come all the way back down to your back. Let's come into happy baby, bending the knees, holding onto the outer blades of the feet, maybe rocking side to side. And if you want an extra stretch, you can hold your peace fingers around the big toes, playing around with straightening the legs. And let's bring both knees together. We're going to take one round of bridge pose or wheel pose, hands beside your ears. So either bridge, keeping the shoulder blades down on the mat, just lifting the hips, or wheel, hands beside the ears. Whatever you feel like your body needs, whatever you want to do. So just take your time to set it up, and we will hold there. And really using the legs to open up the chest, so pushing into the legs, squeezing the glutes, squeezing knees together for 5. And then very slowly, let's come all the way back down to the mat. Knocking the knees side to side. And let's bring both knees to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left for a gentle twist. And then slowly coming back through center, let's bring both knees over to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right. Coming back through center and giving yourself a tight little squeeze, nice little hug. Maybe lifting the forehead to the knees if that feels good. Compressing every single muscle and joint in the body. And then let's let it all go into Shavasana. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth, let it go. And one more deep, big breath in. And release. Just let yourself drift for these last few moments of the practice, challenging yourself to remain still, to let go of any remaining control or resistance in the mind and in the body. Just holding space for yourself, observing what this moment feels like. need a few more moments in Shavasana, please stay here. Otherwise, you can slowly make your way out, exploring the space around you, deepening the breath once again, and moving mindfully, keeping your eyes closed for as long as possible. You can meet in a comfortable seat, or you can stay lying on your back. Just taking these last few moments to check in with yourself, noticing how you're feeling, and if anything has shifted mentally or physically. One last little stretch. Let's reach the arms above the head as you breathe in. And then exhaling, hands to the heart space. Go ahead and rub the hands together. Let's cover the eyes with the hands. And slowly blink the eyes open, removing the hands away from the face. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, please let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Bye.